the first thing you need to do when you get your Frownies out of the box is fold them on the perforations. So they come in these long strips like this, and they are perforated into different shapes. So fold on the perforation, tear apart a bunch of the pieces. Now, I'm gonna show you tonight that you do not have to follow a specific pattern to get great results. It's really all about coverage and making sure your Frownies are stuck down nice and tight, making sure that you're following the application instructions and that you're covering the full forehead and overlapping the patches as you go. So like I said, for demonstration purposes, I'm gonna show you both styles. So these are the forehead patches. These come in little triangles, and the other style comes in a butterfly wing shape and a diamond shape. So while I tear off these little tabs because I feel like they just poke me otherwise, once you have torn apart all the pieces, you're gonna take your rose water hydrator or warm water, okay? You can use warm water. Now, the rose water hydrator, I feel, and a lot of our customers feel like this gives them the very best results. It gives you a tighter stick, but the key is wet all of your patches and then wait. Always wet, then wait. If you're wetting them and then immediately putting them on your skin, they're just gonna slide around because they're not actually sticky yet. So it's a water activated adhesive. You have to give time for the water to activate the adhesive. Okay, so let's spray all the Frownies. I'm just spraying them, and then I'm taking my finger and rubbing the water around on the back. If you were doing this with warm water, you could just stick your finger underneath the tap, put it on the back of the Frownie, rub it around, and you'd be good to go. So you're not really rubbing the adhesive as much as you are just spreading the water. Will make it start to get sticky. Now, I'm gonna start on the 11s with a different technique because so many people talk about the 11 line area and having difficulty there. So I'm actually gonna take these two butterfly wings that come from the box for the corners of the eyes and mouth. You want to gently spread the line apart. I'm gonna put one butterfly wing going over my forehead this way, and then I'm going to place the other one. You can see they're curling. That means they're starting to get sticky. Going that way. So I have that reinforced 11 line. How perfect is that? So I'm gonna press it down gently, and then I'll begin to layer in more Frownies overlapping as I go. Now, normally I'm gonna recommend to you not to have more than 2 patches connected at a time, and most of the time use the tiny triangles. The reason for this is that they overlap better and contour to the roundness of your forehead better. If you have a big piece, like you can even see on this one, it's a little high. There's a little wrinkle right there because your forehead is round and the paper is flat. Think about wrapping a balloon with wrapping paper. You couldn't do it, right? But you can tear the paper up into tiny strips and then you can do it. Now, I am kind of making a pattern, but you do not need to do that. The key is the way that I'm holding my hairline up. That's very important because that is keeping my forehead smooth and taut. Okay, so this is my problem area over here, so I'm gonna layer a little more right there. Always pressing down. So I got them all on. Now I wanna give you a few tips. Once you have your patches on, you see right here where it's a little bit lifted? While I was talking to the camera and explaining and saving my videos, I waited a little too long. So it wasn't really wet enough. So what I'm gonna do to help it all stick down flatter is take my rose water hydrator, mist the patches, and then gently press on them. Now, the other thing you could do if you didn't have the rose water is just get your hands very slightly damp, barely, and then just gently press. So you can see now that re-stuck the patch down. Look at this corner, it's kind of lifting, that's okay. In fact, I am likely to lift it up and just fold it over because as the patches dry, I don't want it to curl down and kind of imprint into my skin. That little tab isn't really doing a lot, so it's not a big deal if I even just cut it right off.